This video is brought to you by SoccerPro.com, bringing you everyday low prices with no membership fees. Be sure to use coupon code SR4U at checkout to get $10 off any order of $100 or more. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the Nike Mercurial Vapor 9 in the vibrant yellow, black, and neo-lime fast-forward colorway. Now inside the box, as you get with all the top-end models from Nike, a string bag is included. This particular string bag is vibrant yellow in color, the strings are neo-lime, and you're going to find your black Mercurial branding and Nike swoosh there on the front of the bag as well. So we'll get that out of the way, get the shoes out of the box, and if you guys could take a second to leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. So here is a look at the Fast Forward 06M Mercurial Vapor 9. This kind of rounds out my video series on the Fast Forward pack, so if you guys want to see the other three shoes from the pack, I will leave annotations on screen. That includes the 1998 Fast Forward colorway, the 2002 Fast Forward colorway, the 06 Fast Forward colorway, which is the video you're watching right now, as well as the 2010 Fast Forward colorway. Again, all annotations I will leave on screen, so be sure to go ahead and check those out if you haven't already. Now basically the theme of the Fast Forward pack is that Nike has gone back and picked out 4 specific Mercurial colorways and Mercurial models to more or less pay tribute to in the form of a special edition colorway. This one goes back to 2006, which is what the 06 branding stands for, and pays tribute to that classic Brazilian colorway, the R9 Mercurial Vapor 3, in the yellow and green color. And it signifies a couple of different things. It was the last World Cup that Brazilian Ronaldo participated in, and it was the first World Cup that Cristiano Ronaldo participated in, plus the Vapor 3 as a whole was a pretty revolutionary shoe, so it's nice to see this kind of design come back in the form of a Vapor 9, and I have to say it absolutely looks fantastic. The colors are a little bit different. You still have that same yellow base, which I would say is very, very similar. Obviously this time around it does have that speed control golf ball like dimpling, whereas the heel color, it's still green, but it's a much lighter, more lime green color than what we saw on the original Vapor 3. Now for those of you guys that are unfamiliar with the Vapor 3, here's a pair right here, not the exact same colorway, but a Vapor 3 nonetheless, and you can see where the design is coming from that we see on the Vapor 9. It's a solid color pretty much all the way through. Obviously the Nike swooshes are not in the same place, but that's not too big of a deal. Solid color there, and then you have this faded graphic going into the heel. There are some differences. The pattern is for the most part very similar, but you can see it's a little bit more exaggerated on the Mercurial Vapor 9, which isn't too big of a deal. I just think it looks very, very good, even though it isn't exactly the same as what we saw on the original. On the back, you can see, again, it's a very, very similar pattern. The colors are not identical, again, to the original Vapor 3, but not too big of a deal. And then on the instep, again, you have that kind of nice fade pattern here on the standard Vapor 3, whereas on the Vapor 9, it still has that fade pattern, but for the most part, it's pretty covered up by the Nike branding that stayed true with all the Fast Forward colorways, and is kind of an exclusive graphic that you're going to find on the Vapor 9 models. So that's pretty much it as far as original graphics are concerned. Of course, they threw on that 06M stamp right there on the heel, which I have no problems with. I think it's pretty cool that they let you know what the shoe signifies. You have your matte black Nike swoosh right there, your matte black Nike branding like I mentioned right there, and the heel studs are also black. As far as other accent colors are concerned, they went with a chrome tongue on this particular colorway, and it's solid chrome, really, really reflective, almost like a mirrored finish. You guys can probably see me in the shoe. Yeah, you can. So pretty cool there. It looks really good. And then they also added a Volt yellow accent, which is not listed on the box, in the form of the laces, the heel liner, as well as the translucent plastic stud plate on the sole plate itself. So very cool touch, and to me it just looks very, very good. Now in terms of the insole, like with the other Fast Forward colorways, it does have some significant facts about this particular Mercurial. I'm not going to read it to you, but you guys can see it there. Pause the video if you want. And the insole itself is that neo-lime color, and it's a standard Mercurial Vapor 9 insole, mesh liner on top, perforations throughout, made from one single layer of foam. So that's pretty much it as far as the colorway is concerned. Very good looking. Let me know down below in the comments, what is your favorite Fast Forward edition Mercurial Vapor 9 colorway? I'd be curious to hear what your thoughts are. To me, I think that I really, really like the chrome ones, but I'm kind of undecided. I think that the last three, the 02, the 06, and the 2010 are all really, really nice, and it'd be a really tough call if you were trying to decide between any of the fast forward Mercurials, at least in my opinion. So leave your comments down below. In terms of overall performance, if you would like more information on that, be sure to check out the full written review on my website, linked down below in the description. I'll also leave some annotations on screen to some video reviews I have on this particular shoe. Again, if you're interested in more information on the overall performance of the boot, because at the end of the day, that is what it is intended to be used for. But we'll go over the tech specs very quickly in the video. One-piece Tasian synthetic upper, very, very thin, provides a high-quality barefoot feel. All the fast-forward colorways have this golf ball-like speed control dimpling, which more or less varies the amount of grip on the ball depending on what you're doing. Less grip when dribbling, more grip when shooting. It's a very minor touch, but definitely something that is noticeable with the Vapor 9 versus all past Mercurial models. And of course, the upper is finished off with ACC all conditions control, acting as Nike's wet control element. Features a low cut in the heel area, an internal plastic heel counter, a synthetic leather liner with a decent amount of padding. As I showed you guys, the insole is fully removable, nothing too fancy there. And then moving on to the sole plate and stud pattern, this is the firm ground stud pattern, which features 2 studs in the heel, 4 studs in the forefoot, and 1 support stud in the middle. Really aggressive firm ground stud pattern, not many studs under your feet, and it really does require a slightly softer, firm natural grass playing surface to perform optimally, at least in my opinion. If you're playing on hard ground, this really isn't ideal, simply because the studs don't dig in enough and really won't perform all that well. And then of course the sole plate, very thin. It's made out of 2 layers of glass fiber in the heel and midfoot, with only 1 single layer in the forefoot. It's ultra thin, very low profile, keeps you nice and low to the ground, and at the same time very responsive as well. So if you're looking for something that's very light, but at the same time feels nice and solid on your feet, the Vapor 9 is a fantastic option. So that's pretty much it as far as all the tech specs and what you need to know regarding the shoe itself. And move on next to a quick weigh-in so you can see how lightweight these guys are. I think at this point everybody understands that the Vapor 9 is a lightweight shoe, but for the sake of the video we're going to weigh them in one more time so we can see exactly what this particular pair weighs in at. So I'm going to weigh this pair for you today. Keep in mind this is a brand new pair in a size 9 US. Going to throw it on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at 7 ounces exactly. So very lightweight for a pair of soccer cleats. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, while it is very lightweight both in hand and on feet, because it has such a tight, close to the foot feel, it makes it feel even lighter. And for a lightweight shoe, it's also very stiff, rigid, and responsive in certain areas that you just won't get from other ultra lightweight soccer cleats currently out there on the market. So it doesn't necessarily compare to the Hypervenom or even the F50 Adizero in that particular way. But again, if you're looking for something that's very light and at the same time nice and solid on your feet, the Vapor 9 is a fantastic, if not the best option currently out there on the market. So that's pretty much it as far as the weigh-in portion of this video is concerned. And move on next to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes fit and what the sizing is like. Alright, here's a look at the Vapor 9s on feet, and the chrome tongue definitely does make for an interesting look, especially when you look down at your own feet. But for the most part, it's a really clean, really simple colorway, still very vibrant, and it will stand out if that's what you're looking for. But for the most part, this is an iconic colorway for a reason, and if you're looking for shoes that just quite simply look good, these will do that for you. Now, in terms of overall fit and feel, it's a tight fitting shoe. It's a Mercurial Vapor 9. I think most people understand how this shoe fits. It does have a fairly narrow cut. There's not a lot of extra space, if any at all, inside the shoe once you pull the laces tight. So for the most part, if you have wide feet at all, this is probably not the best option for you. I have about average width feet, and I'm also slightly flat-footed, and I'm pretty much at the maximum of what this shoe can handle. It's pretty tight all the way through the midfoot, forefoot, and toe box, and the Tasian synthetic, for the most part, while it will give a little bit, really won't stretch much at all. So for the most part, again, if you have average to narrow width feet, you'll have no problems in this shoe. But if you have wide feet of any kind, the Vapor 9 and the Mercurial series as a whole is probably something to stay away from. In terms of sizing, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing of the 06M Fast Forward Mercurials. Not only is this a great looking shoe, it also performs the part. And if you're looking for something that really is the ultimate in terms of responsive, lightweight, barefoot style soccer shoes, the Vapor 9 is still an absolutely fantastic option, even though it has been around for a little while now. Now in terms of the overall performance, again, if you would like more information, be sure to check out the full written review on my website, linked down below in the description of this video. On that same review page, not only will you find the full written review, but you'll also find buy it now links with all the best prices online, including exclusive SR4U coupon codes, allowing you to pick these guys up below the retail price. So be sure to go ahead and check that out if it interests you in any way at all. If you have any questions or suggestions, be sure to leave those down below in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.